everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to tell you how I cleared my Azure AZ900 certification, and I'll be providing you the practice questions to practice, which will help you to clear Azure AZ900 certification very easily. First, let me show you my achieved certification, my badge from Microsoft official website. Here you can see this is the Microsoft official website, and here you can see I have cleared Microsoft Azure Fundamental Certification. Also, I cleared 104 Azure Administrator Certification. The main thing I would like to tell you is I went through the Microsoft documentation. I'll be providing you the link in the description, and I'll be providing you the practice questions that I prepared. And if you practiced all my practice questions, I'm sure you will be able to crack this AZ900 certification very easily. Let's start with the questions.
First question. You are planning on hosting a web application using the Azure Web App Services. Does the platform have the ability to scale automatically? Yes, it's because if you choose the right service tier for Azure Web Apps, it's like a standard op service plan or the higher, then you can use the scaling feature to automatically scale the web applications based on the various metrics. You decide to create two virtual machines. Each virtual machine is of the size D2S-V3. Would these virtual machines always generate the same monthly cost? No, because the cost of the virtual machine always depends on the running time of the virtual machine. If one of the virtual machines goes down or goes into the stopped or deallocated state, then you will not incur a cost for the virtual machine. Hence, it is not a fair assumption that both virtual machines will generate the same monthly cost. Your team needs to have a tool that provides a digital online assistant that can provide speech support. Which of the following service can be used for this purpose? We can use Azure AI bot service. This Azure AI bot service can be used to have a digital assistant implemented for your application. The bot service also integrates with Azure Cognitive Services to provide features such as language and speech recognition. Your team needs to have a tool that can use past trainings to provide predictions of very high probability. Which of the following service can be used for this purpose? We can use Azure Machine Learning Service. This machine learning service provides SDKs and services to quickly prep data, train, and deploy machine learning models. Your team needs to have a tool that can provide serverless computing capabilities. Which of the following service can be used for this purpose? For serverless computing capabilities, we can use Azure Service. We can use Azure Functions. Azure Functions is a serverless compute service that is available from Azure. Here you don't need to maintain the infrastructure for your application code. Your team needs to have a tool that can be used to process data from millions of sensors. Which of the following service can be used for this purpose? You can use Azure IoT Hub. Azure IoT Hub can be used to process messages from IoT enabled devices and your application. It has the capability to process millions of messages. A company needs to deploy a set of resources to Azure. Below are the key requirements for the deployment. The resources need to be deployed across several departments. The resources that need to be deployed are all of the same type. You need to recommend a solution to automate the deployment for the Azure resources. Which of the following would you use for this requirement? We can use Azure Resource Manager templates. You can create Resource Manager templates that can be used to deploy Azure resources. These templates can be used to automate to easily deploy the same type of resources across multiple resource groups. Your company needs to deploy an application to virtual machines hosted in the Azure. The solution must ensure an SLA of 99.99%. What is the minimum number of virtual machines and availability zones that you need to recommend for the deployment? We need to have two virtual machines and two availability zones. It's because for all the virtual machines that have two or more instances deployed across two or more availability zones in the same region, Microsoft will guarantee virtual machine connectivity to at least one instance at least 99.99 of the time. Your team needs a tool that can be used to correlate events from multiple resources into a central repository. Which of the following can be used for this purpose? We can use Azure Log Analytics. You can stream data from multiple resources into Azure Log Analytics. You can then fire queries to correlate the events within the Azure Log Analytics. A company is planning on hosting an application on an Azure virtual machine. It needs to be ensured that the application hosted on the virtual machine is accessible from the internet over HTTPS. You decide to implement a DDoS protection plan. Would this satisfy the requirement? No. It's because DDoS protection plan is used to protect your infrastructure against DDoS attacks only. A company is planning on hosting an application on an Azure virtual machine. It needs to be ensured that the application hosted on the virtual machine is accessible from the internet over the HTTPS. You decide to implement an Azure Traffic Manager profile. Would this satisfy the requirement? No. Azure Traffic Manager profile is used to distribute traffic at the DNS level. Which of the following customers are eligible to use Azure Government to development a cloud solution? We need to choose two answers from the options given below. It's a United States government entity and a United States government contractor, because Azure Government is mainly meant for US federal, state, local government on their partners. A team is currently planning on using Azure for the hosting resources. They are going to create users which would have access to Azure resources. They want to implement multi-factor authentication for the users. Is it required to deploy a federated solution to implement multi-factor authentication? No. You can enable the MFA as a cloud-only solution. A team is currently planning on using Azure for hosting resources. They are going to create users which would have access to the Azure resources. They want to implement multi-factor authentication for the users. Are two valid methods or Azure multi-factor authentication, picture identification and entering a passport number? No. The methods available for the multi-factor authentication are password, Microsoft Authenticator app, SMS, voice call, and app passwords. Which of the following support plan gives you access to best practice information, health status, notifications, and 24/7 access to billing information at the lowest possible cost? It's basic. You will get all this with the basic support plan. If you plan to host a web application in the Azure Platform as a Service solution of Azure Web Apps, then you will have complete control over the underlying operating system. No. Azure Platform as a Service solution is used to abstract the operating system layer, and managing of the underlying operating system is performed by Azure. Hence, here you will not have the control over the operating system. You decide to create a virtual machine which is of the size D2S V3. If you plan to stop a virtual machine, then you will incur any cost for the storage associated with the virtual machine. Yes. The storage aspect is a completely separate resource in Azure, and the storage has its own billing mechanism. So even if a virtual machine is in the stopped or the deallocated state, you will still incur cost for the storage. Your company is planning on using Azure for hosting infrastructure level resources such as Azure virtual machines. When planning for the costing aspect for these resources, is there a flexibility offered when it comes to capital and operational expenditure? Yes. If you look at hosting resources in Azure, the most prevalent feature is that you don't need to invest in capital expenditure. The costing for resources is mostly built on the pay as you go model. But even then, for certain resources like Azure Virtual Machines, you can also use reserved capacity to pay an upfront cost and get discounts in the long run for the virtual machine. Hence, there is a flexibility when it comes to capital and operational expenditure for Azure based resources. You are looking at using a software as a solution service in Azure. Which of the following would you be responsible for? You are responsible for the configuration of the solution. A software as a solution means that the infrastructure, platform, and the service is all managed by the provider. As a customer, you don't have to install anything. You don't need to look at the scalability and availability of the solution. A company is planning on migrating all of their on-premise servers to Azure. Their business continuity department has advised that they need to ensure that servers hosted in Azure are available even if an Azure data center will go down. Which of the following is a concept that would be involved in the design stage of this requirement? It's fault tolerance. Fault tolerance means how tolerant is your system to faults. So, if an Azure data center goes down, is your system in a state to recover? Scalability is a concept. It is used to scale the solution based on the demand. Low latency is used to ensure that response times are not affected by the aspects such as network traffic, etc. Elasticity is the concept of how your system can be expanded based on the demand. So, right option is fault tolerant. Under which of the following circumstances would a company look at the decommissioning its data center? If they have their infrastructure hosted in public cloud. It's because only if a company has all of its resources hosted in a public cloud like Azure, that means they have no dependency on their on-premise data centers. Then they can look at decommissioning their data centers. But if they have a private cloud in place, that means their environment depends on their data centers, and hence they need to still retain the data centers. And if they have a hybrid connectivity, that means that there is a partial dependency on their on-premise data centers. A company is planning on migrating a website to Azure. This is a public website that is used by users on the internet. Which of the following must the company plan for if they are planning to migrate the website to Azure? They would need to pay for the monthly cost incurred for hosting the websites. When you look at hosting a website in Azure, whether it can be an Azure virtual machine or Azure web app, you will need to pay for the monthly cost for hosting the website. You don't need to pay for the transfer cost of the website. You can deploy the website over the internet, so you don't need a VPN or a virtual private network connection. And the pricing for hosting a website is not based on the number of connections. An administrator needs to run a script written in a PowerShell. The script is going to create a virtual machine in Azure. Would the script run on the computer that runs Linux and has the Azure CLI tools installed? No, it's because Azure CLI or the command line interface has its own set of commands to create resources in Azure. You cannot run PowerShell scripts using the Azure command line interface. An administrator needs to run a script written in PowerShell. This script is going to create a virtual machine in Azure. Would you be able to run the script on a machine that has Chrome OS installed and uses Azure Cloud Shell? Yes. Azure Cloud Shell can be used to run both PowerShell and Azure CLI commands, and this can be accessed via the Azure portal via a browser. An administrator needs to run a script written in PowerShell. The script is going to create a virtual machine in Azure. Would you be able to run the script on a machine that has macOS and PowerShell core installed? Yes. It's because you can install PowerShell on macOS machine and then run PowerShell scripts accordingly. In this video, we have covered 25 questions and answers along with the explanation. As I said, if you practice my practice questions, it will be easy for you to clear this Azure 900 Azure examination. So we'll be covering the remaining questions in the next video. I would strongly suggest you to go ahead and watch and practice my next practice questions. So that will be very helpful for you to clear these examinations very easily. If you think my questions are going to help you in your examination, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give your feedback so that I'll consider your feedback and I'll be better in the upcoming videos. Thank you.